And welcome to Mimas with me, 54 Bear. Today we are going to be building the advanced furnace. So I've already put it in place where it's going to live, and now we have to get busy with the plumbing and the wiring. Gets a little bit convoluted, but I will attempt to explain why and how as we go. I'm going to start off by placing the 3 tanks. So these are insulated tanks, and I'm going to place them with the input or the outlet facing towards the back. The reason being is it makes dealing with the piping a little bit easier. The thing with a manual furnace is you're going to need access to a lot of controls. Well, some controls. And it's helpful to have those controls obviously at the front where they are easily accessible. And because we're dealing with 3 tanks, we're dealing with a hot tank, which will be the very hot gas, the coolant tank, which will be obviously the much colder stuff, and the waste tank. The waste tank is actually the one that gets used the most often. Usually it's hot enough where you could do a lot of smelting or at least degassing. So you don't need to pump in that much hot stuff. The cold is not used quite so often because most of the stuff you're going to be smelting in here is going to be quite hot, or is going to need to be quite hot. So I'm going to get these wired directly to the front, like so. Let's get that one there. All right, and we'll put an inward facing 90 on both of them. So these will be the supplies into the furnace. Now there will be a turbo volume pump in the way, so allow space for that. And again, the reason for angling the pipes in straight away is so that it gives me space in this area to mount some consoles. I'm going to want 3 there. Pressure, temperature, and also one that reads the hash of the ingot that it's actually making. Now, I will also add in a large utility, and I think I will put it, well, I want it in line with the back, so maybe we'll do it from here, just there. I didn't do this before, and to be honest, I regretted not having it in there. This is something that gives you a lot more volume to these pipes, and that can be beneficial. Right, so I want to have a 5-way, like so. And I need more pipes already. Okay, so we're going to have let's see, I'm trying to work out whether I should bring it in. And yeah, thinking about it, I mean, this is all going to be inside the hot box. There's no reason why I couldn't put uninsulated pipes in there. Maybe I'll do that. Right, so we can angle it in straight away and take it back. Let's see. Get that one out of the way. Because this will just serve to improve the heat transfer. I wonder whether these ones should be non-insulated as well. Yeah, maybe they should. Because the inline tank here, that's not insulated, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. All right, so we want 5-way there, and that was the correct orientation. Right, so this is the I think of it as the combustion chamber manifold. In reality, it isn't, but it's just one way I think of it in order to keep it straight in my own head which way it's going. Right, because the next one's going to go through into a potentially unwelded section. I'll put that in like that. This can go in, and again, it goes into this box, not because it needs to be there for insulation purposes or anything like that, but just to give me some room across the back to run some additional piping. So that connects. Oh, actually, this is wrong. That won't work. Yeah, I need to get the coolant pump sorted. I'm not quite certain exactly how much space I'm going to need, so I'm just going to do some temporary finagling. I'm going to put a wall here just so I can mount stuff, and we'll get some consoles, and I'm going to want 3 of them, and I can have them like that. 1, 2, 3. So this will be pressure, temperature, and the hash of whatever the furnace has. So it's all nicely visible. You've got this as well. You can access the handle and still be able to see what's in there, and also manipulate the input and output dials. Right, so now to get the waste tank connected, I'm going to need a little bit of space for cabling. In fact, that would actually work quite well. And we'll go up again. And this curvy section isn't so much to satisfy my cravings for funky pipes. It's so that I can put some additional consoles up here for the coal tank and have room to run wires relatively uninterrupted. Okay, so let's put the pumps in. Very difficult to see which way around they go. Right, so I want the power on the top. So they're both the same way around. This one doesn't really matter. Oh, I'm going to get it the other way around, just so it puts the power switch at the bottom. Makes it a little bit easier to reach. Normally, in normal operations, you're going to leave the volume set probably at 100, although 50 is a good number. It's the direction and the on-off that you're going to be wanting to access most frequently. Okay, so that takes care of those bits. I do want to mount some additional consoles on here, but I have to also consider where I want the chutes to go. So because I'm not going to be connecting anything to the data ports, I could put the actually that's probably not right. I could put the inlet right underneath that. Like that, and I can still access all that stuff. So that saves a little bit of space. It does mean though that I can't put anything underneath here, which might be an issue. Let's see. Yeah, I can put one console like, let's see, one like that, and one like that. I could even mount that one sideways, but yeah, because I'm going to want consoles, two consoles for each tank, which I haven't supplied yet. I'm going to want one console for inside the hotbox, which will be connected to the sensor. Actually, that I can't place yet because I need to do some welding. And the other one will be for the pipe sensor. All right, I do need a bit more pipe plumbing stuff done. So let's get that done. So this needs to go through like this. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a little spur thing there because I do want to put a pipe sensor on this one. It doesn't really matter what orientation it is, but because the power's on this side, I'll just mount it like that. It'll end up being completely buried inside a fully welded frame, but that's so I can read the pressure and temperature inside this pipe. Now I'm going to paint the whole thing well, yellow, I guess. So the yellow pipes represents what I'm going to, for the sake of argument, I'm going to call it the combustion chamber. And inside here we'll have the hot box. So let me just do a little bit of welding. This will be temporary. It will all come out as we go through the build. Right, just single welds now. As I said, they will be coming out at some point. Right, so I need my sensor. I have one passive vent. I need some more. I think I only need 3. Right, so I'm going to put one passive vent there, one there, and one down here somewhere. And I also want to put in my gas sensor. Gas sensor can go any. Oh, looks like the floor's not welded. The gas sensor can go in pretty much anywhere. I'm trying to think where cabling is going to be convenient. Oh, maybe I'll put it up there, out of the way. One thing I found is if you have cabling that is lying flat, I'll show you what I mean. So inside the hot box, it's going to get very hot. If you have a cable like that, I believe it can get damaged. Whereas if it's like that, I don't think it does. I could be wrong, and it's the kind of thing that could always change, but based on what I've done so far, that's what I believe is happening there. So so we'll get that cable just popping up there, and it should be safe. The pipe analyzer here is not inside the hot box, so that's not an issue. And that should be, that little bit of cable for the gas sensor, that should be the only cable that's actually inside here. Okay, so let's get some pressure regulators. Well, got 3, I only actually need 2. So what I'm going to want to do is have a pressure regulator pointing this way, and a back pressure regulator pointing this way. Strictly speaking, I could connect the the bottom of these two to a single one and only have a single passive vent, but I don't know that that just doesn't seem right to me. Now, I like the idea of having an input and an output. And this is why I created that space here, so I could run these pipes along this way. And I'll just bring this out along here. I need my wrench. Right, so what this is going to do is it's going to take the... Actually, I'm going to reverse these so that the cable is in the middle. Yeah, I think that probably makes things a little neater. Gives me a few more options later as well. Right, so... That's the back pressure regulator. And that's the regular pressure regulator. That way just a single wire connects them and that can go again inside. And this one down here is going to be for an emergency vent. That is something that I need to put in. That's usually a manual valve. And it can go pretty much anywhere. So oh, actually that's probably too high. It probably needs to be down. Oh no, we can make that work. Right, so all pipes, all the tanks are connected to their respective pumps. All three pumps are connected to the combustion pipe network, and I just need to get a vent system in place. I may also add a vent to the waste tank, because that is the one that usually ends up getting the most amount of gas in there. So we'll pull these out. They may end up going back in again at some point. Need to get output chutes done. May as well be symmetrical, I guess. Outlet. Okay, and again, because we're not connecting to the data port on those turbo pumps, you can have it butted right up against that, no problem. All right, so let's get the emergency vent thing sorted. I may actually relocate this yeah, I'll change the orientation of that, I think. Yeah, so we'll just go through like this, and then take that out. I might as well go up. Like so. So I'll connect a waste pipe to this. It can be just the cheap regular pipe, and a cowl or something to vent it off. I may actually run it around to make it look a little neater, but for now that'll be fine. Also, possibly need one for the waste tank. As I said, the waste tank can get rather full, and it may be that we need to vent that. So if so, I'll do a similar arrangement over on this side. Okay, so next thing we're going to need is
power low.
The other consoles. So I'm going to want 2 for this tank. I'll put them like that. And of course that I can't mount because I don't have any iron sheets on it. Weld it up again. So one of the problems with this, well, not problems, but I have not yet figured out a way of building it without having to re-weld these things multiple times. Okay, and I just need a couple more for the waste tank up here, or the coolant tank. Like that. Now I do like the idea of having the pipe analyzer and the gas sensor being able to be read as well. So if I put it like this, I'll be able to run the cable directly up, and then this one down here will be wired the other way. So like that, like that, like that. And don't tell me I've run out of consoles. Six. I have. Okay, so yeah, I'll need to get another console down there. One will be for the hotbox, or one pair will be for the hotbox, one pair will be for the yellow combustion pipes. And then that's the basic part of it. The next thing is wiring it up. That can be fun and a bit of a challenge. But see, we're going to need obviously that connected. And again, I don't want to take any cable inside the hotbox if I can avoid it. So 3-way corner that way. That one is not right. And obviously we're going to need to wire in the tanks as well, so we can read them. So you're getting the idea. It's surprising how much cable you get through on this as well. Yeah, and I'll be able to bypass that inside, and also this one as well, like so. And then we should be able to get everything hooked up. That one may not need to be a T-junction, that might be okay like that. Oh, I've got these ones as well that I need to do, so just do that like that. Okay. Pull out the sheets again so we can get the wiring connected front to back. There we go, that's got those bits connected. Now they still need to be connected, I think. Oh no, it's the gas sensor there. Okay, so this needs to be connected as well. I could do it down the side, but I'd rather do it through the middle, even though it's a little bit curvy and funky. Just because sometimes I might want to put some logic on this side panel to control the cooling of the tank. I might want to get that automated at some point. Alrighty, quick way of testing it. If you have the Network Painter mod, all the wires change color, so everything is connected. Don't really like the yellow color, mind you. Right, so I do need to get one more console. Let's see, how many gas displays do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I only have 10. Obviously I miscalculated. Right, let's go get those done. So I'll need a bunch more anyway, so if I end up making more than I actually need, it's no big deal. Well, I know I only need one of those, so the gas displays, I think it's 2 I need.
Hunger caution.
as I'm here, I should have some French fries. Open the helmet. Yeah, I think French fry nutrition value has been nerfed. It's still classed as like 4-star food, but I don't think you get quite as much. Might as well get our seeds while we're here. So almost 20 seeds, that's good. Okay, let's see, 70 wheat. How much flour does that give us? Find out. 1 potato seed. Don't have to grow that many potatoes because I seem to have quite a lot. Oh, 350. Excellent. I was thinking it was a 1-for-1, but it's not. So I will be able to make a loaf of bread. These still waiting and these are waiting. Okay. So don't need any of that. Bound to be something else I need.
Oxygen low.
So many times I forget to do that. And of course that one does need to be wired in. Right, that's my hash display. That goes there. And I only have 2 glass sheets. That seems rather odd. I thought I had a lot more. Oh, probably still not enough. Alright, well I'll use these 2 for the moment. But before I can get this built up, I will need to get some more made so I can frame this up properly. I mean, I could just go with walls rather than windows, but I like being able to see in there to see if anything's actually exploding. You'll be surprised how often it happens. Alright. What else do I need? So there's my vent. We do need to paint everything, so suitable hot color. Don't want red. Everything's default orange. Don't want pink. What color do I want? Eesh. Well, red. Okay. This is the waste, so this will be brown. This will be the cool, so we'll make that blue. Blue. Red. Okay, so I'll do this one for the hot box, or for the combustion pipes. So they will be yellow. And this will be the hot box, and we'll make that bright pink.
Power critical.
And I'd better go and get some power sorted out. Spare battery and live battery. Now obviously I need to get power to this. Usually what I do is I put in a transformer somewhere nearby so I can turn everything on and off quite easily. So just thinking, if I relocated this valve up here, it would be easily attainable, and then I could put the transformer here. Yeah, that may be a better option actually. Okay, I do need to get one extra bit of wiring done. There we go. And okay, then the next thing is naming everything, and that gets rather dull and boring, so I will do that off camera. Join me in a few moments. A little longer than a short while later, we are back. Everything is welded up. I had to disassemble this frame, and because I'd forgotten to turn the pipe analyzer on, I have named all the consoles just so that when you're hovering over it, it will tell you what it is. And I put in a transformer so I can turn everything on and off quickly, and I did relocate the emergency drain. I've also put in 4 sheets of cladding. That's not necessary for anything other than the colour, so it helps me in my old age remember what goes where. Actually, I should probably disassemble this again so you can see how the piping goes. I have an automatic, well, no, sorry, a manual shut-off that will allow, sorry, not a shut-off, a manual drain that will allow me to vent some of the pressure from the waste tank. Goes into the black pipe here. Likewise from the hot box, I've got a vent in there, and they both connect to the same output network, and I need to put a cowl or something on here so that it will actually vent. I do have one somewhere actually. I'm wondering if it's still in here. Yes, I do. Right, grab that. Oh, 2 of them in fact. Ideally I'd have that a little bit higher, but that was all the regular pipe I had, and there's no point having that black pipe being insulated because the stuff is being vented. Alright, let's get that welded back again. Right, so with everything turned on, obviously all the pressures and temperatures are going to read zeros because everything is empty. I do need to do one more thing. I need to put in windows front and back. So I will do windows and I'll mount them this way round, just so they're nice and flush. Like so. And I need plastic sheets. This, I think, is plastic sheets. Yeah. Do I have any plastic sheets out here? Doesn't look like I do. All right, yet another trip back indoors. That should only be a quick one though. I'll do a dozen or so. Right, that should have finished printing up my cable. Well, I don't think I need any more right now. Okay. More than enough. I also need some glass. Unexpected problem. Maybe I'll have to mount them outward facing. Try and find the one pixel on the screen where you can actually place them. Okay, well, what I will do, what is it, angle grinder to pull out the cladding. Let's pull that out and see if that is enough to allow me to place those. Cool. No, I'm still going to have the same problem here. I wonder if I can place the cladding inside now. Okay, let's see if I can get the glass placed. Denied. Oh, that's a bugger. Can't seem to find anywhere where I can actually get it placed. Oh well, something has to go. I'll try putting the glass on the other way around, I think.
Power low.
Can't get it to hit on the window at all that way around. No matter. Yeah, I would have preferred to have had it the other way around, but I really want to have the colour inside, and I don't want to paint the whole of these boxes. I wonder if I could do it with a wall easier. Whatever. Oh, wrong one. Alright. So, yeah, do the window that way around. Yeah. Okay. Right, now just need to set the pressure regulators. So we have the back pressure regulator. I'll set that to 110. Pressure regulator we will set to 100. Obviously there's no gases or anything to put into that yet, although I will turn them both on. Right, we should be ready to fire this puppy up. So we'll set the output to 0. Set the input to 0 as well. I'm just going to dump some ice in there. We're in the shade, so I should be able to manage this okay. What do I have? Oh, I've got lots and lots of oxide. But almost nothing in the way of volatiles. Alright, so 20 of these, I guess. Now we'll need to get this pumping fairly quickly. Here we go. Output. So this is all going into the hot tank to begin with. So nice hot temperatures. Let's bump up that pressure. And that one. So this gives me the pressure in the yellow pipes. That's the combustion ones. Without that utility section in there, it is quite easy to overpressurize those pipes. Ask me how I know. So yeah, this will give us, a little bit of hot gas. Let's see, where is my sniffer-matic? Alright, so it's continuing to burn in here. That's fine. May end up with trace amounts of oxygen and volatiles that haven't been burnt, that's okay. If there's a lot of one or the other, then I may throw in 1 or 2 extra of those ices just to burn them all off. Right, so this is almost empty. There we go. So furnace is empty, these pipes are empty, so I can turn that off. Now, before I get to do any smelting, I'm going to want to put some hot gases into the waste tank. That's so
Hunger critical.
the waste tank, through these regulators, can fill up the hot box with hot gas, which will thermally insulate the advanced furnace so that it will actually hold its temperature. Realistically, it holds it indefinitely. You will get a 1 or 2 degree drop over a period of a week, something like that. But by and large, whatever temperatures and pressures you put in there, they stick around. So I do need to get busy with some advanced smelting, or smelting the advanced alloys. I do have a reasonable quantity of ores to play with. None of them are degassed though. These are all just as they came out of the ground. So the options are I could degas them in this one and then manually shuttle them over here. But what I shall probably do is make another furnace, keep this one as like an emergency standby, and set up a furnace just for degassing. What I did in the previous playthrough on Mimas, I set up the secondary furnace to be dual purpose, so I could actually make solid fuel. I don't really have enough coal to worry about that. Plus, I don't even have a solid generator. And the Stirlings seem to be keeping up with things reasonably well. So the coal that I have, that's all going to get reserved for making steel. A lot of some of the advanced alloys need a fair amount of steel. The heat exchanger works pretty well. It got the temperature down almost equal. I did shut it off because I was a bit worried that while I was out mining, this may cool down to such an extent that I'd have to start worrying about condensation. And I haven't set up any condensation valves yet, so any liquid that gets into the pipes would be a problem. I hope that's something that the devs will actually fix. I just get the feeling that the gas pipes throw an instant wobbly anytime there's any liquid in there, and they break far too easily in my opinion.
Critical.
But part of it is because I'm old, slow and stupid, and I remember the good old days when, before phase change, when the only thing you had to worry about was 60 megapascals of pressure. Anyway, hope you found something useful. Next time we will be using the furnace. We're going to be making some advanced alloys, and that'll give me the hard suit and some of the advanced toys like the ore scanner or the sensor lenses and all those chips, and some quality of life improvements. And we will need to get busy sometime in the not too distant future with getting the greenhouse up and running. Join me for that, why don't you? Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave any questions or comments you have. I will do my level best to get back to you. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Take care. 54 Bear out.